Hello everybody and welcome to this furniture design tutorial in which I'm going to show you how easy it is to build this hexagon stool in Shapr3D. We will start with a scan so we can build the basic parts. I run you through the modeling process, also to shell everything so we have the inside cord out, and then we finish everything with adding the openings for the hands and materials. And with all that said, let's do it. So here is the starter file with this pretty terrible looking, but actually detailed enough scan we need. Our first step, what we have to do is analyze this a little bit. So we can see on the top there is a hexagon shape. And if we go to top view, we can see that left and right, the edges are vertical. When we rotate, we can imagine, because we can't see them, we can imagine there's actually another hexagon. And if I click this one there, you can see kind of like where this would be. So what in top view here is a point, in bottom there is actually a horizontal edge. So that's important as an initial discovery. So let's get started. We go to sketch, in top view, go to polygon. From the center, we drag this one out, 5.5 inches. That's good. Click. Then we go to sides, enter 6, and press escape. So we stop the polygon drawing command. And then I can select one edge here and make sure this is horizontal. Now I can actually adjust the size of this hexagon. And there you see, this is actually getting very close, or maybe it's 6 inches. Okay, sketch number 1 is done. We can exit the sketch, then we can go to transform and move copy. We can select that whole sketch, click copy, and move this one up, let's say 16 inches. We make this a tick taller and click done. Go back into top view. Now we would like to modify the sketch. The first thing what we want to do is to lock the center point. So this hexagon cannot move around. Now I can select one point. Oh, there is this horizontal constraint, which I delete. Now I can select one point and I can rotate my hexagon. Now this edge will be vertical. Can scale this down a little bit. So it looks like the radius here is 7. Press enter. Good. Sweet. We are actually nearly there. So check this out. I will select this top hexagon and then I extrude this one down really far. Okay. And then I will add a draft. Let's say 5 degrees minus. Let's hide this one. Then I go to this one. Go to this view and extrude this one up. And let's say right view. Yeah, right view is good. There we also add the draft. Looks like 30 degrees. Cool. Now we have these two objects. How do we get this beautiful shape we had? Well, these two objects are extruded bigger than the other, and we can go and select the intersect Boolean command. Click done, and there we are. See, that's it. So with this Boolean intersect command, it only keeps the volume where these two bodies intersect. So if we go to the history and go to the extrude commands, now we can play actually with the styling. Make this, for example, more rotated or less rotated. And you see, this way we can bring this edge up or even more, or bring kind of like this cut edge further down. Or was that easy? Okay. this is a complete solid block right now. So if I go to the front view, turn on section view, you see this is solid. When I select the body and then go to shell, let's say 0.5 of an inch, you think nothing changed, but if we go to the front view and go section cut, now we can see, this was shelled. Beautiful. Good. Now we can actually go ahead and start rounding everything. We can simply select all these edges. Actually, what happens if I just select the faces, I think. Now, if you select the faces, you ultimately also have the edges selected. Yeah, clock there. See? Don't click on the individual edges, just select the faces, done. And let's say 0.25 for the fillet. There we are. Beautiful. Cool. Okay, nice. Good. How do we now add in the handle? We can go to the front view. Okay, so this is actually a side view. I selecting this because whatever I do here, I can mirror over along the y-axis. So select this face, go to sketch. How big is the hand? Well, we could say it's a rectangle 5 inches wide, 1 inch high. So center, I'm just drawing something on purpose to the left side. There we are. Because I would like to show you a trick. Do you see there's a midpoint? Click, click, and escape. Then we can select everything, double click and say horizontal, vertical. And now you see this rectangle got put perfectly centered. With this, we can move this one up and then say 5 inches and 1 inch. How high from the top is this down? 1.5. Okay, very good. Beautiful. Okay, now this face I select and extrude inwards, and then I say make a new body. So I do not do a Boolean cut. I just make a new body. Go to symmetry in the extrusion so we can see this part. Let's make this maybe 4, so it's a tick smaller. Very good. And then this second body, I could mirror over to the other side. There. You see now it's there. And from this body, I would like these 2 cubes to be removed with the Boolean subtract command. We don't want the copies. Let's throw them away. When in doubt, throw it out. Very good. Okay. Then we can select all these inner edges. I do the same also here. Nope. This one and this one. Now don't select faces in this case, because here I just only want these edges. Then we can do an inner rounding. 0.5 makes this nice and round because this was 0.5 also for the height of the rectangle. And then a second rounding there and there. Let's say 0.25. Beautiful. You see? Actually, not really complicated. When we go back to this initial sketch, with that now we can adjust, well, where should this rectangle be? And you see how this is updating everything then on the fly. I cannot make this much, or I can make this much smaller, but then you see the fillet breaks. Maybe 0.75. So how do we fix this? That's not really a big problem. Here, this initial fillet needs to be adjusted. So 0.75 divided by 2. Okay, software doesn't do this here. So let's say edit. These are all the edges. Okay, 0.3. There we are. So 0.75. 0.75 divided by 2, 0.375. 0.375 of an inch. 375. There. Cool. Okay. You see, beautifully updated. And the other opening goes with it. Again, this is the beauty actually of this parametric modeling. We can adjust everything very easily instead of having to rebuild it. So all that is done. Let's go to the viso. There we are. Let's say this whole thing is painted white with a nice glossy paint. We could go to wood, scroll down till we see the glossy laminated, let's say here. There we are. And then to style this a little bit nicer, we can select these faces here. There we are. And also there. And go to change. We go to wood again. And I'm selecting this one here. There. There we are. Maybe let's make this one a nice white environment. And we actually finished our hexagon stool. So out of 2 sketches, 2 extrusions with a draft, and then we do a Boolean intersect, then we round the edges, we shell it, make a new sketch on the side, cut the openings, detail it, add materials. Easy peasy. Okay, you know what? This video is done.